What is going on, everyone? It's Nero again. It's here for you, some Call of Duty Black Ops, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of Domination, this time on the map launch, using the AK-74U. Kind of, right? So I use a bunch of different weapons throughout this gameplay. I call it JQing. if this video gets back to him, it's going to sound so fanboyish, but there's a guy I watch on YouTube, and I talk to him on Twitter and stuff pretty often. His name is JQ, and he makes really, really good montages. And one of the playstyles that he's implemented that kind of just makes him popular, or makes his videos unique, is he just goes on continuing kill streaks and stuff just by picking up other people's weapons. It's really entertaining to watch, and it's something I've tried to do myself and something I've kind of incorporated into my own game. And in this particular gameplay, I think I break my personal best for most kills with stolen enemy weapons, so I like this gameplay a lot. I think it's a good one, and I hope you guys all enjoy it. But this week's Dear Nero, this is it. It's a weekly series here on my channel where you guys send me in fan mail, fan questions, and we're just going to hop on this without any further ado, because this gameplay is not even a full 10 minutes long. So we're going to try and get through this. First question, he writes, Dear Nero. First off, I am not a gay person. By the way, this message was titled Dear Nero, Gay People. He writes, Dear Nero, first off, I am not a gay person. I've had crushes on many girls before, and realizing that all girls who live around me are spoiled jerks. Recently, I got into an argument with my friend about gay rights. He says he can't stand gay people and that he hates them. I, on the other hand, don't think gay people are bad. As long as they aren't hitting on me or being a huge asshole, I won't have a problem. What do you think, Michael from New Jersey? So, Michael, your friend's, your friend kind of sounds like a dick, right? Your friend just kind of sounds like a complete jerk. I may find racial humor funny, but I'm not a racist. Yeah, I may find some gay jokes funny. I don't hate gay people. I don't, bash gay people. I have nothing against them either. I'm pretty tolerant of just about everything. And I'm pretty, I guess, intolerant of people who aren't tolerant, What other people do, what race they are, what religion, what faith they believe in, none of it bothers me. If it's a guy that likes guys, fine. If you're a girl that likes girls, then it's fine by me too. None of it really bothers me. That's just how I'm wired. I really don't like it when other people aren't wired that way, though. Now, mind you, there's gonna be a racial slur here, so don't take it on me as if I'm a racist. I'm just repeating what someone said, and I'm not trying to do it in a derogatory way or anything. So, my elementary school, where I have a little bit of story time here, my elementary school that I grew up in, that's where I went to school, it's been shut down for like 12 years or so. And it was before I moved, so it's a little bit further away. I had to drive maybe 30-40 minutes to get there. I just went to it. Last I knew, it was an old abandoned school, and I want to see if it's possible you can maybe make it into the back door. Just walk around in my old school. It's been shut down and sitting there empty for 12 years or so. I go up there and I park in this church. It's a little bit further away, and I walk maybe 5 minutes or something to the school because it's out in the country, and I kind of want to go through the woods a little bit and maybe sneak my way around the back side of it. Well, I go through there and I end up going through the back, and there's a guy there. I hear some construction and I see a guy up there, so I'm like, screw it. He sees me, whatever. I'm just gonna walk up to him, say hi. Ask what's going on at the school, and it turns out the guy bought the school, and he's going to end up turning it into a go-kart track. And long story short, the school itself, I couldn't go see it. I'll explain why in a moment. I couldn't see the inside of it, but it's almost good that I didn't, because SWAT teams were using that school as practice. They blew out all the walls in there and all the doors and a bunch of horrible stuff. I was talking to the guy, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna be building this, and man, this school's been bad. It's been sitting here for a long time. It's really, really bad in there. The whole school is made of nigger board. And I'm like, what? And he was implying that it was made of plywood. A lot of the stuff on the inside was plywood, and it's been sitting with no heat in there, so it was actually rotting really bad in there. It was a horrible smell. He had the door open, you can just smell the mold coming out. But yeah, he's like, this whole thing is made of nigger board. It's so easy to take down. And he's one of those people, which sounds like it's your friend, that just automatically thinks that you're on the same line of thinking as him. He automatically thinks you're also racist. It sounds like your friend who thinks everyone should automatically think the gay people is just a bad thing. I hate people like that. It's horrible, and I wish the world would just get rid of all those people. But to answer your question, I don't have a problem with gay people and people of any race, religion, anything. I'm a pretty tolerant person. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, how much longer do you plan on doing YouTube? Do you plan on doing it as long as it's here, or do you want to stay only for a little bit longer? Anthony. His name's Anthony. He didn't leave his location. Leave your location when you guys write me these. I like it. I like seeing where all the messages are from. How long do I plan on doing YouTube? I look at YouTube like I look at my car. I'll ride it till the wheels fall off. Yeah, I bought my car for $500. Cheap ass car. It's a 1995 Eagle Vision TSI. And I had to put a bunch of welding, and I had to pick some brakes on it and stuff. So I ended up putting maybe $1,000 into it or so. So it's a $1,500 car, and I am going to ride that thing until the wheels fall off. I'm gonna do the same thing with YouTube. You know, even if if I were to stop growing on YouTube and maybe I lose a major part of my following, I'm still gonna post videos because I enjoy doing it. And in terms, people don't like talking about it, but in terms of like a job, like YouTube, a job more than just a hobby. There's nothing I could do or nothing that could happen to me on YouTube that wouldn't make doing YouTube profitable. I'm gonna do it as long as I can. I legitimately enjoy doing YouTube. I don't ever have to worry about me not doing it anymore. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, what are you most excited for about Call of Duty Ghost? Tate from Maryland. Well, Mr. Tate, all the way down there in Maryland, which isn't too far away from me in Pennsylvania, I'm excited about COD Ghost, the fact that it's Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty. It's a system, right? Call of Duty has a system, and I like that. I like the fact that, you know, we're going to have new guns, we're going to have new maps, new kill streaks. All that sounds awesome. All the new innovations, like being able to customize your character, it's just going to make it even cooler. And new game modes, new guns, new maps. I like the system of Call of Duty, so whenever a new Call of Duty comes out, I'm excited about it. Excuse me, I'm getting hiccups here. I'm excited about it because it's, you know, like I said, new guns, new maps, new perks, just new stuff. I like that. I really like that aspect of Call of Duty, that it doesn't change around too much. So that's what I'm excited for about COD Ghost. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, this kind of relates to the last question a little bit. Dear Nero, every year a new Call of Duty is released, and after a couple of months, we hear everybody complaining about the game and how it's garbage, and they go back to the previous Call of Duty. Do you think this will be the case this year? Keep up the great work. Love your videos. This person neglected to leave his name or where he's from. I like hearing where you guys are from. I like seeing all the people from around different parts of the world. But Call of Duty Ghost is the same thing that happened. One, I think this question has a little bit of a bias to it, right? I think it has a little bit of the old COD hater bias to it, right? Whereas everybody, you know, hates the new Call of Duty and goes back to the previous one. That's not necessarily true. That doesn't happen every year. The only time it happened for me was during Modern Warfare 3. I've liked every other Call of Duty. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3, just abortion, horrible Call of Duty, terrible, not even a real game. But yeah, so will it happen? Probably not. There's a couple reasons. One, if you're getting the new Xbox, right, or the new PS4, whatever new console you're getting, you buy COD Ghost on that. You're not gonna like, oh, this game sucks, I'm gonna hook up my old Xbox 360 or my old PlayStation 3, and you just start going at it on that old console. Then you're gonna want to play the new console. I feel as though COD Ghost is gonna be innovative enough. It's gonna have enough new features. The only thing that will make COD Ghost annoying to me, again, same thing as any other Call of Duty, especially Modern Warfare 3, is if it's gonna have really small maps, really tight clusterfucks of everything, you know, like everywhere you go, you're within 5 feet of somebody, and you're constantly being spawned behind, people coming at you, and I think coming up right here, I end up showing the personal best. Yeah, there it is my personal best. Most kills with stolen enemy weapons, 25. Well, 25 of my kills were with enemy weapons that game, which I thought was pretty good. And I don't have enough time in this with this gameplay to continue this episode of Dear Nero, so we're going to fade on in over here to a Black Ops 2 gameplay. But I don't think COD Ghost is going to happen that way. I feel as though it's going to be innovative as long as the maps and as long as they don't make it such a cluster like they did with Modern Warfare 3. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, I get weary when it comes to the idea of an Infinity Ward game. You know, Modern Warfare 2 was a great game if they would have maintained it. It's, you know, it's the best game that never was, because the poor maintenance of the game, the fact they wouldn't patch anything or do anything with the game that way, Modern Warfare 2 is essentially ruined. You still can't play it this day. Go try and play Modern Warfare 2. There are noob tubes literally just waiting for you around every corner. It's it's awful. And then Modern Warfare 3, I said, opinions vary. A lot of you like Modern Warfare 3. I despise that game. I will never play it again. Usually around this time of the year, you like to go play the old Call of Duties. You know, the game I haven't gone back to play, Modern Warfare 3. I hate that game. So I haven't been impressed by an Infinity Ward game since 2007 when COD 4 came out. Because like I said, Modern Warfare 2 to me is unplayable with all the noob tubes. And I came out in 2009. And then in 2011, right? No? 2012? Somewhere. Either way, Modern Warfare 3, hate that game. So I haven't been impressed with an Infinity Ward game since COD 4. And that worries me. That worries me about Call of Duty Ghost. But live and learn. Maybe they can, maybe they'll turn around and I'll like the game. We'll have to see. But will people go back? That's kind of a hater comment, right? The new game always sucks and everyone goes back to the old game. That's really not true. But will people do it? Probably not as much this year because of the new consoles. And it'll make it a bit more difficult to do such a thing. Next and final question, he writes, Dear Nero, how is life? I was thinking about you recently. How were your grades in school? Also, this may have been asked before, I'm sorry. Did you plan on going to college? If so, where? Sincerely, Michael from Minnesota. So school's weird, right? School is weird. You go in there and you feel like you have an idea of what you're gonna do with your life. You have an idea of what's in store for your future. When I first entered high school, my idea was to get an athletic scholarship and go to some college. I didn't care what college. Some college. My idea, though, my foreseeable future in my eyes was to go to college, and that didn't end up happening. I actually ended up dropping out of high school my senior year, going back and getting my GED. And I went back to school, right? I talked about that. The video said I was going back to school. I went and got my GED. I was going to go back to a night school class to get my full-on diploma just for something to do. You don't really need it, but at the same time, I felt like that'd be something to do. I'll try it out. It was fucking terrible. I hated that shit. It was so stupid. So to get the high school diploma, what they told me I needed to do is I needed to go back to night school, and I just needed to log FaceTime. Just log hours. That's all I needed to do. We had to go there twice a week for 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. I don't remember which. Either way, 3 or 4 hours twice a week, and I would just have to go sit in this classroom and listen to them teach all these students everything I already know, because I've already took that class. I passed my GED, and I've got my GED done. And so I had to just go there and sit for 3 or 4 hours. I did nothing. The only rule was I was not allowed to sleep. So I'm there reading the newspaper. Oh, you weren't allowed to use your phone either. So I'm there reading the freaking newspaper and like whatever magazines they had there, and just sitting there dreading every hour of it. And after a couple weeks of that, I'm like, this is a waste of my time, and I decided not to go anymore. And that's what, if people are wondering about what happened to me going back to school, that would be it. But yeah, going into high school, I always saw myself going to college. Then kind of realizing college really wasn't for me. I wasn't the biggest fan of school in the world. I was actually pretty good. I was good at English, and I was really good at history. I'm good at math, but not algebra. I hate algebra, because algebra is something, it might just be a laziness in me. I mean, if you look at algebra, it's something that you need to focus on every single day, because if you miss one lesson, let's say you don't pay attention to lesson 1. Lesson 2 builds off of lesson 1. So if you don't know lesson 1, you're not going to understand lesson 2. And if you don't understand lesson 1 and 2, you're sure as hell not going to understand lesson 3. And I never end up doing that well with algebra or science. Like I said, like straight A's when it came to English and history, things I'm interested in. I really like writing. I really like creative writing, telling stories, and doing things like that, as well as history, learning about World War II, learning about the American Revolution, learning about the history of Pennsylvania, because I'm sure every state does that. If you're from Minnesota, I'm sure you have like a history of Minnesota course at some point in your scholastic career. So I was always good at that. I was always bad at math and science, or history, or algebra and science, technically. But I did plan on going to college when I first got in high school. By the time my sophomore year, or my 10th grade year for other people, I came in there, I decided college really wasn't for me. And yeah, the rest is history. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Remember, leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 grand rocks, that's how I roll. I got one gear, go. Are you bipolar?